Bubsy, 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 Bubsy!
Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch the 18th of August until the 22nd. A bit of a low-key video this week because as you can hear, my voice is still not quite right. I'm still not perfect, but I'll still do my best to give you this week's physical releases. Nikoderiko, the Magical World Director's Cut, is releasing this week, and despite it sounding like a 90s mascot platformer and looking like a 2020s Tumblr abomination, against all the odds, this is a really well appreciated video game, very much harkening back to the Donkey Kong Country games and even a dash of Crash. With phrases like criminally underrated being used, a lot of people are very happy that this is getting a physical release. There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition which comes with a soundtrack CD which has the music of David Wise on it, and it also includes an art book. And my executive producers, Instacritic, Danielle O, Nerdy Sean, Dave Huswaite, Old Man Murphy, and Brent McLean have chosen this as their pick of the week. Discounty is a cute looking shopkeeper life sim. It's basically Story of Seasons, but if you have a shop instead of a farm. After business hours, you can get to know the townspeople and build relationships with them, or supposedly become enemies too. That sounds interesting. I hope you can piss off all the residents and become a miserly shut-in. The game isn't out even digitally yet, so we don't know for sure if it's good or not, but I did glance at one classic 7 out of 10 review, so expect it to be solid if you think the premise takes your fancy. And my executive producer, Jeddah Crow, Cookie Kid, The Nemo 6, D's Nuts, Ghost Bune, and Dane Wilkinson have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail games in this video, please consider purchasing via the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out and this series to keep producing useful physical content for you guys. VGP are a really good company with favorable prices in Canadian buckage and free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian dollars, which is like 54 American bucks. Plus, each week, if you buy something, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Kevin B. Congratulations, Kevin. You should get an email from VGP. If you haven't, or you don't within the next couple of days, let me know and I will sort it out. They can be a bit busy sometimes, you know? Funko Fusion Deluxe Edition. It actually exists, I think. The Switch physical release for this was previously cancelled. I think there were some financial troubles at the studio, but perhaps those worries are over because the Switch version of Funko Fusion is late to the party, but at least it made it. While the idea of Funkos is nauseating to me, the premise of the game seems pretty good. The original release did not get great reviews though, very meh. But this deluxe edition comes with even more characters and world, and hopefully some gameplay tweaks. I don't know, but my executive producers, Switch Effect, Punky Dooster, and Michael Del Polito have chosen this as their pick of the week. Amber Isle is probably releasing this week after being suddenly delayed from the last time I mentioned it. I think it was at like the very beginning of the year, I want to say. I could check, but I can't be arsed. This is a cozy crafting management game starring anthropomorphic dinosaurs. If you felt Animal Crossing liked T-Rexes and Triceratops, then you may get some enjoyment out of this one. At least according to reviews. Some say it's shallow and too handholdy, but that's the industry we live in today. Slay the Princess Pristine Cut. A quick mention to this, it released in North America last week, it's releasing in Europe this week. It is worth mentioning the collector's edition in Europe is different and much cheaper than the North American one because it doesn't have a massive statue with it. Alright, the low print limited releases. Bubsy in the Purrfect Collection. What could possibly go wrong? You know, as pointless of an exercise as this is, I slightly do admire it. Let's face it, there are no good Bubsy games. I would settle for an argument that most of them may be mediocre rather than terrible, but then there's the indefensible Bubsy 3D, which is outright atrocious. But I do admire that this retro collection seems to be extremely comprehensive, with every version of every retro game, like Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Boy. Sadly, or maybe thankfully, It spared us from the modern attempts at the franchise, but the retro stuff is here. I am not instantly horrified by this. But then I remember how Limited Run took everyone for a ride with Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, Bill and Ted. I think if they did this a few years ago, they'd have just had Bubsy 3D on a cartridge and laughed their way into asking for your money. But yeah, no, it's a comprehensive collection. But re-releases of games that people may only enjoy ironically, I don't know. But anyways, I don't know. There's something in the water, or maybe it's just a reflection of the games this week, but my executive producers, are you ready for this? Surfacing for Air, Big Bruno, Radio to Rancid, Josh Foot, Kevin W, Robotech, Jennifer M, Dave Hallworth, God of Resin, Super Ben Julio, Cartoon Soren, and Ishin. I've booked you in for an appointment with a psychiatrist. It is their pick of the week. Normally, this is where I would talk about the imports, but to be honest, there are only 2 imports this week releasing in Japan, and neither of them have English. Alright, let's move on to the community spotlight, but as an aside, if you're new here, please do subscribe. It will be the best thing you do today, I promise. I'm well on the way to 30,000 thanks to you guys. It would be amazing if I could do it before my birthday, which is October 9th, okay? Can you get me to 30,000 before October the 9th? Let's do it, okay? Alright, the community spotlight. Just a quick one. As you can hear, my voice it's starting to fail me already. Adam S. sent in this photo picking up Have a Nice Death, which I played on my Switch 2 when I was doing those performance tests, but I made a mistake with this one. For some reason, I thought this ran badly on the original Switch, but no, I was quite surprised to see it was running at 60 frames per second, so I just didn't include it in the video. Alia A sent in this photo picking up the Corpse Party Tetralogy, the limited edition. Sadly, both VGP and Play Asia have now sold out of this, even the standard edition. Hopefully it comes back in stock soon, because it is an in-demand collection. Executive producer Big Bruno sent in this photo showing off that Slay the Princess did in fact release last week in North America. Finally, seems like a lifetime ago since that physical was announced. Brian G sent in this photo picking up the Atelier Marie remake, an import exclusive Atelier game, which is a worryingly increasing trend if you saw my video about the Ryza DX games. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with 3 games that would probably be side by side in the right order if you had a full collection of Switch games alphabetically, right? Those 3 would go together. Cheaper Gamer sent in this photo, getting in the double helping of volumes 5 and 6 of the Neo Geo selections. It's going to be a long wait until November for 7 and 8, at least for me. Dabro90 sent in this photo picking up Rain World, which at the time of me making this video, VGP still have it in stock on Nintendo Switch, although the likelihood of it still being there when I publish this is very slim. Sorry. Dinah M sent in this photo with their Shrine for the Rune Factory series. They could probably do with their marketing team diversifying things a little bit. I get there's a brand identity, and boy do you guys know with my limited selection of thumbnails, but I do think it may hinder the series having all the boxes look pretty much the same. Executive producer Dave Hallworth sent in this photo with a double pack, double JRPGs and double Ds. I did ask if and when there would be an Octopath restock, and VGP, they are working on it, but there's no ETA as of yet. Executive producer G Bautista 100 sent in this photo with another double JRPG, this time on 2 cartridges. I do worry about the Saga series somewhat. I know the remake of 2 has been fairly successful, but Emerald Beyond, like a brand new entry in the franchise, I don't think that sold well at all. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo, proving that Game Fairy still exist with their recent releases of Symphonia and Coma 1 and 2 double pack, which they turned around in a decent time. I believe VGP are carrying copies of them too. Executive producer Kevin W sent in this photo with 2 visual novel import exclusives, La Storia della Arcana Famiglia Renato, the game that makes me lose Italian subscribers every time it pops up. Adios. That's Spanish. I don't know goodbye in Italian. Aveci, I don't know. I'm embarrassing myself right now. Executive producer Lewis K sent in this photo, picking up Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time on Nintendo Switch 2. Very nice, and unsurprisingly, it is the biggest import of all time for the Switch 2. Pitaik sent in this photo with 2 yo-yo gameplay-based video games in one photo. Whew. What a time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Yo-yos are back. Executive producer Super Ben Giulio sent in this photo with Laika Aged Through Blood from Super Rare Games, which was a popular game, it seems. It sold out quick, and I got a few photos of it this week. Speaking of which, my voice is ready. Let's have a roundup. Lindsay S. Devil Angel. Datman. Paul S. 2001-4. Andrew R. Pabs. Dead Bunny's YouTube. Robin H. Bent S. McLaren. Riverless. Miami Heat Fan 2003. Ashura G. Shlomo. Rainbow Pickle Gaming. Steph M. Burning Kitsune Mask. Kresolak. Twig E. Doki. If you want to send your pictures, the details are on the screen right now. As always, special thanks to my executive producers. Here they are on the screen. I could do without saying their names right now. But if you watched all the way through, thank you so much. Please leave me the most funky emoji you can find in honor of Funko Fusion. What is the funkiest emoji? Let me know and go watch some of my other stuff. I didn't make any videos over the weekend. I was trying to recuperate and stuff, but there's plenty of videos during the weekdays that you might want to catch up on some very interesting physical news. Have a great day, guys. Take care.